Guys, welcome back to another video on the M+M Hobbies YouTube channel. Today we're doing another locomotive roster for 2023. As you can see, we gained a lot of new locomotives, so let's get started with today's video. Starting off with our Union Pacific collection, we have 5 SD70 ACEs, 1 ES44AC, and 1 SD70M. 4 out of the 5 SD70 ACEs are in special paint schemes. 2 of these locomotives have been in the previous locomotive roster, this SD70 ACE and this SD70 ACE.
So for our Union Pacific special locomotives, we have our Powered by Our People, which is recently acquired here in the front. Behind here we have our Southern Pacific, which was also in the last locomotive roster update. And then we have our 2 Missouri Pacifics right here, which along with the Powered by Our People is my personal favorites in our Union Pacific collection. So for our next section in our locomotive roster video, we have these 5 locomotives, and 3 of which have been in our past locomotive roster update from last year. So we have our SD90-43 Mac in Rio Grande paint scheme. We have our ES44AC in CSX. We have the ES44C4 from Florida East Coast. Here is our SD70M in Norfolk Southern and our SD70 ACE from last year in Norfolk Southern.
For our next section, we have our passenger locomotives. Right now it's all Amtrak because we suck. Next section of locomotives, we have our Amtrak passenger service locomotives because we don't have any Metro. So starting in the back, we have our Phase 2 locomotive. Then we have our Phase 6 Charger. Then we have our Operation Lifesaver special locomotive. Then we have our Dash 8 Phase 3 Heritage unit.
For our next section, we have our BNSF fleet, consisting of 4 locomotives, 3 of which are these 3, have been in the roster video from last year. So we have our C44-9W right here, our SD70 ACE, our Executive in SD70 Mac, and then we have our SD70 Mac in the Heritage 2 paint scheme, which is our newly acquired BNSF locomotive.
Next section, we have our CPKC and Canadian locomotives. In the back, we have an ES44AC in the Canadian National paint scheme. Then we have an ES44AC in the Canadian Pacific Railway. Then we have an SD90-43 Mac in the Canadian Pacific Railway. Earlier this year, Kansas City Southern and Canadian Pacific Railway merged to create the CPKC Railroad. These 2 locomotives, the Canadian Pacific ES44AC and the Canadian National ES44AC, are the newest acquisitions since the last layout update.
So for our final section here, we have the Alaska Spirit of Denali number 4011, which is personally my favorite locomotive in this collection, aside from one more, which we'll cover in a bit. And then we also have this Baldwin steam locomotive in Union Pacific, which we did have last year, but we didn't show in the roster video. Number 1590.
Covering our very last locomotive, and also my favorite locomotive in the entire collection, is the steam locomotive Union Pacific 844 steam locomotive. This is my favorite locomotive. It's a huge locomotive, 484 rail pattern, and it also has an oil conversion tender.
Thank you for watching our newest roster update video. It's been a blast running and collecting all these locomotives. We hope to have more next year, and we hope for you to join us in our next roster update video. Until then, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss it.